What's going on, guys? Eddie here, Cornhole Bag Reviews, back again with another review in the office. We'll call it an end of the year recap. It's been a while since I posted a video, catching up on a lot of stuff going on. First thing I want to say is Happy New Year to everybody. Wanted to make a quick video here to wrap up the year and kind of wrap up the different bags that I threw this year. So caveat to this list before we get into it, this isn't the top 10 highest selling bags, the top 10 most wins on the Pro Tour bags. This is my personal top 10. What did I throw this year the most? And what is currently my go-tos? What have I thrown in the most tournaments to kind of culminate the entire year? I changed as a player from the beginning of the year till now, through going from faster bags to some slower bags to, everything in between. But I think my whole list here will have a good culmination of everything together, different conditions. And I try to basically any bag that I've kept in my Zuka, in my carrying case that I've used in tournaments for a fair bit of time is inside of this top 10. There's tons of bags that I threw this year to review, and there's tons of amazing bags that a lot of people really, really like that aren't going to be on this list. But again, this is just my personal opinion list. You can just call this Eddie's top 10 of 2022. But I think you're going to find a lot of really cool bags in this list, a lot of bags that are new from this season, and then a lot of stuff that I'm going to be continuing to throw going forward. So without further ado, let's get into the list. At number 10, bit of a controversial pick, but I threw these things a ton, funnily enough, is the Lucky Bags Celtics. So a little bit on the Celtics. You're looking at Surefire fast side for the slow side, Pro Sniper fast side for the fast side. So 8-9 speed, crazy fast bag. You saw Jimmy McGuffin have some success with these last season. He's with Ultra now, so he's not throwing these anymore. But it's kind of that faster bag. It's like throwing a Psycho without the dots, basically. Just throwing fast side all the time. Your game changer players without a patch, that kind of thing. Where this got used for me a lot was in Minnesota where we live. The humidity in the summer is brutal, and the boards just become glue. This was kind of used a lot before I started throwing carpet bags because a lot of you guys know carpet can cut through humidity pretty well. So this was kind of my, nothing's moving. Screw it. We'll throw a Celtic. Feels like I'm throwing a Pro Sniper in terms of the hand feel and the floppiness and the fill and everything like that. But it's just a super fast bag that cuts through humidity. It's 8 p.m. We're outside in the dark and the boards are like soaking wet. These things still slide. I'm still sneaking around people when their fast side of bags is holding up. So while it's a kind of a niche bag, it's for a specific type of person, and it's a crazy fast bag, I still got a lot of use out of this thing this year. Surprisingly enough, this thing's been in my bag all year long, in the bottom of my bag, just for that time where I might need it, and it's come in clutch more times than once. So number 10 on the list, we got the Lucky Bags Celtic. Number 9 on the list, we'll stick with Lucky Bags, is the Pro Sniper. So Pro Sniper is probably, it's the lowest on my tier of what I've thrown Pro Sniper variant. There's some other ones that I throw a little bit more, but the Pro Sniper is tried and true. 6-9 speeds, a lot of people throw them. 90% of the Lucky Bags pros are throwing them right now. Just, it's easier to go hole for hole. They're hole friendly, decently floppy, but still nice hand feel, small disc fill, good price point. They've just been around for a long time. This is a good option for me because it has the 2023 stamp. So I don't play in a lot of ACL tournaments, but I keep these in the bag for when I do go to ACL regionals, ACL opens, stuff like that, and I need a pro stamped bag. Because a lot of what I throw is unstamped bags, but these have been in my bag all season. Different color-wise. I just got the new, Josh Thielen ones. But a version of Pro Sniper has been in my bag for the season just to prepare for those stamped events, and just a tried and true bag. Can't go wrong with the Pro Sniper. They've been around for a long time. They're going to keep it on going. So number 9, we got the Lucky Bags Pro Sniper. All right, number 8 is the 724 Anarchy X. So the 724 Anarchy X, this is currently the only Surefire variant that I will throw, or that has been in my bag for the last 8-10 months. Last year, Surefire was my number 1 bag. That's all I threw. This year, I've kind of transitioned off of Surefire. It's not really something I throw anymore. Personally think this material hangs on the hole a little bit more, but with this Anarchy X, because he uses a mixed fill, it's a little bit on the fuller side. I destroyed these things with softener, and they're still pretty full. They don't get like super floppy, so I find they drip in the hole a little bit easier with that mixed fill. Obviously negative on the Anarchy X. One, they're kind of hard to get, a little bit more expensive. You can see another little blue one hiding in the back there as well. I do like supporting Jared with 724, but a little bit more on the expensive side. No ACL stamp, but dope designs. I mean, I had to pick up some Airwolf. You guys know I love Airwolf. Brandon's my dude, so had to get his collab. But this is the probably the last Surefire variant that I'll be keeping near my bag. Love the design. Don't necessarily throw Surefires as much anymore, but these things still got a lot of use for me this year. So at number 8, we have the 724 Anarchy X. Number 7, the Ultra Viper C. So reason these are on the list, I just got these in a trade. They were super broken in already for me. I really didn't have to do anything. They feel like they were just broken in by throwing. It's a really nice faster bag, 7-8 speeds-ish. They have dots on both sides, but these are both super worn down. Basically like an all-slide with that Viper template. This one just has a really nice hand feel. A lot of people around my area, especially in the Wisconsin area, throw Ultra. A lot of people around here throw Vipers. It's just good to have a Viper variant on you a lot of the time. Blind draws, paired up with anybody here and there. Almost everybody knows how to throw a Viper, or does, especially in my area. We're transitioning to some new stuff, but Ultra's just been around for a very long time, especially in the Midwest, and it's just really nice to have a Viper C, or I personally like the Viper C a little bit more than the Viper. But this version, I've thrown in a bunch of tournaments, thrown with my partner in a bunch of tournaments. Comes with me whenever I need a stamped bag again, and I like this thing a lot. Used it a bunch. It's a really popular bag on tour, we'll call it, in the pro scene. A lot of people use the normal Viper, but the Viper C definitely has its place. There's some diehard fans for the Viper C. So in the number 7 spot, we have the Ultra Viper C. Number 6 spot, we have the Zero Bag Co Tempest. So caveat to this, right? I'm going to be a little bit biased. This is my bag company that I started. So I sew the bags in my garage. I do all the designs myself. I, get all the fabric, all the fill. I do everything start to finish. But because of that, you guys know I review tons and tons of bags. I've tried tons and tons of bags. I kind of made the bag that I wanted to make for myself. Right. And for the bag that I think will fit a lot of people. So the Tempest, you're looking at Pro Sniper materials, that's 6'9". This one has a mixed fill in it. I do a lot that just have a disc fill in it. I personally like the template, the rounded corners, and the hand feel. I just kind of make them the way that I want to make them for myself. This has probably been the most popular fast bag in my area that I have, sold or given out to friends and stuff like that. A lot of people really like this thing. Super hole melty. Hole for hole fight kind of bag. So this has kind of been the Pro Sniper-ish bag that I've thrown the most since I've started the business in the last 5 months. Self-plug, I guess, but I really, really enjoy throwing these bags. This is what me and my doubles partner throw a lot because he's more into that faster bag realm. So if you're into a Pro Sniper type bag, check out the link in the description below, subzerobagco.com. And pick yourself up a set of Tempest. I'll have links down below to all the company names and bag names and everything like that. So hopefully you guys can find some sets. Some are a little bit harder to find than others. But in the number 6 spot of bags that I've thrown this year personally is the Zero Bag Co Tempest. Number 5 spots. We're top 5 of what did I throw this year? What do I think was my arsenal this year per se? So number 5, Vortex Shelters. So this has the Surefire slow side material, but it has the Viper fast side material. So that's why I said the Anarchy X is the only Surefire variant thing left that I use. This is technically kind of like a Surefire variant because of the slow side. Biggest difference for me here, though, is the template. So it's a lot rounder, a little bit smaller. You could tell, like, just the corners alone being this round just changed the way that the bag plays significantly. Find them a little bit more hole friendly. Find them to not kick as much. Still going to be the same speed feel as like a Surefire kind of bag. I just really like the controllability. The design knocked it out of the park, with the YouTube logo and everything. I used these at the state tournament this year. This is kind of another basically, you throw Surefires, can we throw these kind of bag. I've thrown these more than I've thrown any other Surefire variant this year. I've beat the crap out of them. They're pretty dirty. They used to be white, but really, really enjoy the Vortex Shelter, 5'9" speed. Josh Zeller, the owner of the company, makes an amazing bag. Really, really great guy. Definitely try to support Vortex Cornhole They're great stuff that they're doing over there, and they're constantly coming out with new bags. They got some really cool pros in their lineup. Just really, really high quality products from a really high quality company. At the number 5 spot is the Vortex Shelters. Number 4 spot, we got the repeat on the list. I'm not sure if anything else repeated. Maybe I had Pro Sniper last year. Not sure. Haven't watched back through my last video, but you guys know Black Sheep Costellos in the number 4 spot. So while in the last 6 months I haven't thrown these things a lot, you know, they're starting to get on the retired side for me. I've beat the living crap out of these things. First 6 months of the year, still threw the living crap out of these things. I mean, my set in particular, you can see Corbin's set up there in the top corner of Costello's. I got a couple other sets on backup just in case these finally do pop. But my tried and true orange pre-stamp Costellos, they're big, they're floppy, they're hole seekers, that's 6.8 speed. They just feel money in my hand. I think I've still thrown more games with these than I've thrown any other bag. Basically the first bag that I had starting off, first bag that I really fell in love with and threw a bunch. Last year was my number 2. This year it's my number 4. Still sticking in that top 5 range for me just because of the way that this bag plays for me personally. I think the template has changed a little bit from this version to the newer versions. If you buy a version today, it's going to be a little bit on the smaller side. This one's a little bit on the floppier side. So if you're looking for a floppier Costello, kind of like what me and Corbin used to talk about all the time, you're looking at pre-stamp or early on 2021 stamped Costellos had a little bit of a bigger template, which is what I personally favor. While the new Costellos don't necessarily fit my play style, the ones that I still throw these things all the dang time. And a lot of my friends that I've thrown these with in the past still ask me if we can throw them because they're just money bags. So number 4, we have the Black Sheep Costellos. Number 3, Galaxy Cornhole Conspiracies. So Galaxy Cornhole, another no stamp company, kind of a smaller guy, really, really good guy, Jason Shepard. He came out with this bag. It's the same materials as a Cat 3, looking at a 6.9. It's the template that does it for me. So he has a lot of different template sizes. He's got a new template. He's got his original. He's got OG. He's got old. These are one of his oldest templates. It's probably bigger, same size as Game Changer, but with more rounded corners. It's a big floppy bag, like very, very floppy out of the package. I didn't think I was going to like it. Too floppy for me till I threw them. Crazy hole friendly. I've won countless tournaments with these things right when I got them out of the box. They immediately made their way into my rotation. If I'm throwing, it's a little bit faster than a Surefire, a little bit slower than a Pro Sniper, in my opinion, with that slow side. It's hard to find it. We call it another 6.9, but they're all so close in speed, but this is just a tick on the more controllable side, especially with that bigger template. Easier for me to grab the corners and slink in and also play that block and push game. Just because if you block with this thing in front of the hole, it covers the whole dang hole. I mean, I just really, really enjoy my time with the Galaxy Cornhole Conspiracies. Pretty readily available, at least his newer ones. Great guy. You could talk to him about different ideas and designs. He comes out with sweet designs, template sizes, all that kind of stuff. So again, similar to the Costellos, if this is a template-specific bag for me, I've tried some of the newer ones that are a little bit smaller and some of the older ones that had maybe a slightly different corner. I mess with stuff all the time too, but I just got lucky enough that this set that I landed, cash money. And I've actually had people reach out to me like, hey, you're going to be selling those conspiracies you had in your YouTube video? I'm like, sorry, man, I can't. I don't think I'm ever going to get another set like this. These things are just money, but I threw these things a bunch. So at number 3 this year, we have the Galaxy Cornhole Conspiracies. Number 2, got to have another bias bag in here. Another one of my bags that I make, the Zero Bag Co Avalanche. So this is a carpet bag. It's a 4.9 carpet bag. You're looking at that kind of Viking carpet, 4-speed on the slow side, Viper on the fast side, Pro Sniper 9-speed push side. I don't just try to put my own bags on here because it's like my company's best. It's not at all what I'm trying to do. I just throw these things all the time. This is probably one of my go-to bags. These are the Sup Guy bags, which is the team name of me and my partner. We took down the last couple months. It feels like we just win. We've been winning tournaments like crazy with these things. They're slow and they block the hole, but they can roll and they push through like nothing. But yet they drip in like they'll be super, super slow, but then they'll get around the hole and just fall in. Where a normal carpet bag of this speed will just hang up on the hole. These don't. It's a mix fill that I put in here that has just been really, really nice for me. This is actually, so another local, another Eddie, locally, Eddie Wenker, he got a set of these bags and just went on a tear, just crushing tournaments. And then this became my most sold bag of the year by far. Everybody that I've thrown these bags with has really enjoyed to throw them. I just have gotten great responses to this, and it's something that I never thought I'd be a carpet guy. I still don't throw roll bags, but I got a cut bag and a push bag, and just being able to have that block roll play style or block push, block airmail play style consistently, be able to throw the bag firm and keep it towards the hole. I've just played with them too many times to not have them on this list. If you want to check out a set of these, SubZeroBagCo.com, I'll have the link in the description below. But these, I played the crap out of these things this year. Granted, they're non-stamped, so you can't use them at your ACL events. We don't have any ACL events really around me. They got some regionals, but everything we're playing is cash tournaments. This is probably what I used for the last 6 months straight is Sub-Zero Bag Co Avalanches. So at number 2, we got Sub-Zero Bag Co Avalanches. Now, the only reason that bag's not number 1 is, now that I started my own company, it's difficult to get a bag into my Zuka that isn't something I make, because it's like, I spend time researching and putting together bags and finding a template I like and fill and all those other things. But then there's one bag that has just made it into my bag, and I just throw it all the time, and I just want to throw it all the time. And sadly, it's the Ultra Viper R. It's just really good, guys. It just plays really, really good. The fabric is hard to find, so a lot of companies are really trying to get their hands on it. I don't know if it's a mix-up. They use such a big template on the Viper. I mean, you guys have thrown a Viper. It's a bigger template, but I think it's a mixed fill, mostly disc. You're not going to really roll these things much, but man, are they just hole melty. They slide so true for me. I could play block push, but yet these are like a little bit faster than my Avalanches, so it's like, just if I need to go hole for hole, these things will just drip in. The airmail drag super easy. And just in my hand, I don't know, I like that soft carpet, a little bit bigger of a handle feel on them. It's just everything about this bag, like right away when I was throwing them, just really, really like them. Negatives on this bag, though, I do have to give some caveats. These do have somewhat of an expiration date in terms of when I get them out of the package and I break them in and I start throwing them, money. They're right where I want them. When you get these things just destroyed, though, because I felt some Viper R's that have just been beat to crap, they definitely have a different feel to them. They get very floppy. The sole side gets a little thinner. And right now, price point. I know they're hard to find. It's kind of the hot bag on the market right now. If you're lucky enough to get yourself a set, I mean, a lot of people that are posting about it, like they're not just posting about it because I got a set and they're so good. They are just really, really good. Corbin really likes these as well. It's just a bag that has really taken over my game, taken over a lot of my tournaments. If I need a mid-speed bag, if the boards are too slow for my lanches, this is what I'm throwing. Another nice thing about this is they're so friendly to throw that like almost every blind draw I've gone to, my partner is willing to throw these, and they usually throw them really well. And they ask me like, "Wow, those are really nice bags." Just a carpet bag that almost anybody could throw. And then you have the perks of the carpet in terms of if the boards are slow or the boards are fast, it's probably going to play almost the same speed. If you get locked in a rhythm on one court and move to another court, you really don't have to adjust that much. They slide through humidity. They stay the same. They stick on fast boards the same. The carpet just really doesn't get affected by board conditions, which just makes it such a friendly bag to throw. And then contrary to the Widow R, this fast side is just necessary. For me personally, I need to be able to push through. I need to be able to get that drip action. I need to be able to sneak into small holes, especially with this big template. That fast side just helps these things drip. The hype is real, man. I really, really, really like these bags. And not just because of the price point. I just throw them all the time. And this is probably one of the only bags that I throw over my own at this point. But I really, really enjoy these and have been for a while. And I'm probably going to continue to enjoy them as the time goes on. So my number 1 spot of 2023, new bag for the year, but it's the Ultra Viper R. So a lot of different bags on this list. We got the slow carpet bags. We got some Surefire variants. We got some Pro Sniper Costello variants. We got some fast bags. I tried to cover the spectrum. This is honestly, these 10 bags are the bags that I threw this year in tournaments. When I'm going to an event, it gives me all the ranges of speeds that I need to be able to adjust throughout the day. I think that's a big thing that people need to do more is be willing to have an arsenal of 3 sets of bags in different speeds that you're really comfortable throwing, because when that conditions change, you want to be able to adjust on a fly and take advantage of maybe people who aren't adjusting as quickly. Really, really like all the bags that I've thrown this year. A lot more bags have come out this year. You guys have seen a lot of my reviews, and a lot of companies have impressed me this year. It's getting more and more difficult to come out with something that's kind of like new and different than what everybody else is doing. A lot of people have the same material, so now it's about differentiating small things like thin versus thick and template size, corner size, maybe different fill combinations, hole friendliness, the way that, and then a lot of it comes down to design too. Cool designs. A lot of people like cool designs. I collect bags that are I love the like the whole bag space, the designs, the everything. So tons and tons of bags that I love this year. Had to cut it down to 10. The way that I did it is just the 10 that I threw. So these are the 10 that I threw the most in 2022, and will probably continue to throw into 2023. But last year, look at my top 10 from last year. This year, almost none of it's the same except for a couple bags. So I'm sure 2023 comes around, we'll be having a new conversation again. But that's what's great about this game, constantly innovating, constantly coming out with new bags. But those are going to be my top 10 for the year of 2022. Links in the description below to all the different company names or bag names. Check them out if you want some different options. Hopefully, you guys learned a thing or two or just enjoyed a thing or two. Appreciate you guys stopping by for another review. Hope you have a great new year and a great start to your 2023. And hopefully I catch some of you guys on the courts. But thanks for stopping by for another video, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys.